Hey, so in this video, we're going to do Unit 1, Lesson 3, Be Intrigued. Okay, so this is kind of a weird lesson that may not be as straightforward, but I think it'll be fun. So let's check it out. Okay, so when you were a child, right, everything was so new. You were excited about everything you wanted to go out and explore. Life was just awesome, right? Well, my argument, my appeal to you is that you need to keep that intrigue, keep that curiosity about life, right? To be a great designer. So, great multimedia arts designers are always interested about the world. They're always like, man, if they see a painting, they're like asking themselves, how did they do that? How did that artist do that? What was their technique? How did they approach it? Okay, so always just be curious and fascinated by life. Now, I want to talk about this concept of consuming versus creating. So, as a consumer, right, it's like you're eating, you're playing video games, you're just relaxing. Now, to be honest, here's the get real moment is as a teen, you're doing a lot of consuming in your life. Now, that's okay because the world is investing in you. They're helping you grow physically, mentally, socially, spiritually, all to become hopefully this well-functioning adult that you can achieve your dreams, and by doing that you can help the rest of society and humanity through your skills that you're developing now. So you're just consuming information, knowledge, experiences, and this is all creating who you are as a person, okay? But at some point, hopefully you don't just become a consumer. Hopefully you move on from just the Kardashians and just like watching TV and just eating Tostito pizza rolls and all that stuff and become a creator in life. But to become a creator in life, you have to develop this ability to think of ideas, to put in the hard work, and then to create things in life in the physical world, right? And part of that, inspiration is just getting inspiration from everywhere. So don't think like, oh, I'm a graphic design artist, so what do I care about cars or football or whatever it is? Inspiration is everywhere. So let me just go through a couple quick inspiration things. So even makeup artists, that's a fascinating topic to learn about, the skills and techniques that they do there. Movies, of course, lots of interesting things. I love this movie, Dark Knight Rises. Very cool. So lots of cool things that you could learn from the movie itself and the artist that made this particular movie banner. And music, of course. From the music itself, you can take ideas that maybe is inside music and then creatively apply that to some other medium, say like computer graphic arts, right? So here we got Kanye doing his thing. Fashion inspiration, fashion design. And the next big concept is just always keep asking why. If you get anything from this lesson, it's this: ask why. So the fancy word for this is called metacognition. We are the only species that have this superpower. So what is metacognition? So metacognition is the awareness and understanding of one's own thought processes. So it's the ability to think about your own thinking. So in this illustration, this is the same person. This person is thinking about themselves, thinking about some topic, right? It's crazy, right? So an example is like, say you're afraid of something like flying on planes, right? Instead of just being afraid, you can think about your fear. You can be like, wait a second, why am I afraid of planes? Oh, maybe when I was a kid, I fell out of my treehouse or something. I don't know. I'm just making it up, right? And then you can work through that fear and make changes based on that. Where as opposed, say, your dog, maybe you have a favorite dog, and your dog is afraid of the mailman. Okay, the dog doesn't have the ability to think about why it's afraid of the mailman, right? It needs its owner to help work through those fears, right? So a dog isn't able to get over its fears by itself. Okay, so this is the power of metacognition. So always when you interact with stuff in life, always ask these questions. Ask yourself why. Use that metacognition superpower, okay? So when you see something cool that really affects you, like some music or an advertisement or something you see on TV, look at the color, look at the lighting, look at the composition, the content, typography, and the audio, and how all those things are being brought together to inspire you to some emotion, right? So as an example, let's check out this advertisement by Adidas, right? So it's their campaign, in their hearts, in their face, feel love, use hate, right? So very cool advertisement. And let's check out the color first. So obviously it's a very, you can feel the power, the intensity of this campaign. Feel love, use hate, right? So what color do they use? They use this very bold red in their design, right? And pretty much no other color. There's some off-white and stuff like that, but the main primary color is this very vibrant, passionate red, which makes sense for their design. Okay, lighting. Let's check out the lighting of this photography, right? So you guys probably don't know this yet, but you could learn it from a photography class. But this model is being lighted by a 3-point system. So we have a side light scraping across his face, which creates shadows on this side of his face. And then he also has some backlighting hitting the back of his head. And that all creates a very dramatic 3D effect as opposed to beauty lighting, which would not have this look. So he looks very intense, right? And then composition. Composition is how the design elements are laid out and organized on the page. Now look at all the lines of every element on this page. Look, they're all pointing towards the main model athlete of this advertisement, and they all look like they're attacking him, right? So that fits the theme of this advertisement, feel love, use hate, right? Now let's check out the content. The content is like the design elements that are being chosen in this advertisement. So feel love, use hate. So what do? On one side, they have a peace sign. The other side, they have the fist, right? So that is so cool. They kind of have the yin and yang, good and bad versions of the symbols, right? We have Cupid with a flower and Cupid with a sword. Oh, that's so cool. Heart, broken heart, and looks like some type of deer, and then the bull. Okay, so the content fits the overall theme of the advertisement. And let's check out typography. Remember, typography has to do with the words and fonts that are used. So the primary font is this very bold, very thick lettering, right? In their hearts, in their face. So that's the main message of this advertisement. So this is what was chosen. It's kind of grungy, has a little bit of grunge to it to get that effect of that. This is kind of like a passionate advertisement, but it's still very, very legible. It's not too crazy. Then look at the secondary font. We see that it's a lot smaller and it's more script. Kind of has a slight handwriting feel, right, to make it to match that intensity of the advertisement. So these two fonts together work very well to get the message across. And then we also have the audio, and this particular advertisement campaign also had a commercial to it. So let me show you like 5 seconds of that.
We live in two worlds, love and hate. Love is the fuel, hate is the driver. Love wants you to rise.
All right, so you can hear the sound of that. So it kind of has that kind of electronic EDM, very up-tempo kind of sound to it. So the audio definitely feels like it fits the mood of this advertisement, as opposed to some like very slow love song or something would totally not fit in this advertisement campaign. Okay. So anyway, so for this assignment, for this lesson, you guys are going to go out and find an advertisement that you really like and go through this same process of pointing out each one of these topics to see, to think for yourself, how is this affecting my emotions? How's the lighting affecting my emotions, right? And we're going to build up some of that metacognition skills in you. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next video.